god. Hey everyone, it's Mike from Just Lifestyle, and I accidentally just moved my video on Streamlabs. But okay, should be all good. And yeah, welcome to the stream. So, basically today, I've got quite a busy day. Like I've got to prepare a lesson, give a lesson, sort out the flat, like go get food, go prepare some chess, go study some chess. You know, all of this kind of stuff. And last couple of days, you know, my streams have come after my chess tournaments in Belgrade, but yeah, there hasn't always been much time, and I feel like especially this evening I'm going to be even busier. Point being is I wanted to get the stream out of the way, and I actually wanted to kind of answer a question that I had last night and just get to the bottom of it. And I reckon by the end of the stream I should have a decent idea of you know what would happen given this hypothesis. So as you can see from the name of the stream, I've called it like how the Kajus Rule applies to over-the-board chess. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what the Kajus Rule is, in my top 10 insights to reach 2500 online, oh, okay, someone is ring the doorbell, 1 second. Yep, I have no idea who that was. But yeah, anyway, so basically, yeah, this Kajus Rule is this damage control like method, and like Kajus was the first one who told me about it, so that's why I've named it that. But basically, what it is like when you're playing like online chess, let's say. So let's say you're playing like Blitz or something like this. When you play your session, you follow this certain guideline. So basically, if you are on like a good streak and you gain 25 points, you have to stop as soon as you gain 25 points. And this is to avoid basically, I don't know, gaining 25 points and then losing all those 25 points in the same session, right? Like you want to kind of cut at a point where you feel satisfied with the returns, right? So you stop at 25. Likewise, if you start tilting, you stop at minus 25 as well. You're like, okay, I'm not going to lose more than 25 points. That's the limit, right? So you stop at minus 25. And you also, if you have like a bad start, like you go into the negative, but then you get back into the positive, you stop. Now, this third aspect of the Kajus Rule, I could apply it to over-the-board chess as well, but I'm just going to stick to the very basic premise of if you gain 25, you stop. If you get minus 25, you stop. And what I wanted to do today is I just wanted to have a look how my FIDE rating would be different today if I were to be able to apply this Kajus Rule in my classical chess. So if it wasn't taboo to, let's say, withdraw from tournaments and I was able to follow this Kajus Rule, would my rating be higher or lower? Because there is a chance that it could be lower, right? Maybe I've had tournaments where I've gained like maybe plus 50 in one go, and then I wouldn't have had the opportunity to gain plus 50 because I would have stopped at plus 25. So I just wanted to see what would have actually happened had I done this. So I've prepared a document that just says how would the Kajus Rule affect OTB chess results. And I'll start in June of 2021, which was basically really the kind of starting point of when I started taking chess a bit more seriously, and I had a FIDE rating of 1950. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of my classical and basically just have a quick look to see yeah, where my rating would be at. Welcome Safsara to the stream. Check Lee Chess. Sigh. Okay, let's have a look. What are you sending me? You're sending me some results. This is the starting rank. I guess the tournament is this weekend, right? And you're on this list somewhere. Okay, rank 15, nice. Yeah, looks exciting. Looks very exciting. Why are you playing under 18, by the way? Are you not under 14? Maybe you're just past the under 14 cutoff. But yeah, good luck. Yeah, so basically, this Kajus damage control is basically what helped get me to 2500 blitz. And you can see that, like, there was never a moment where I, lost more than 25 points in one sitting. And that basically managed to avoid me tilting, right? So I want to check how this works. So let's go all the way from this very first tournament in August 2021, and let's see how my rating would have changed. So as we can see here, I gained 1.6, 3.2, 8.2, then a whopping minus 18, so I'm on minus 10, then plus 2, minus 5, okay, and I get to minus 20, so I never reach minus 25, so I just get the minus 20. And in this event, I got minus 2, plus 15, 6, is that already reaching 25? This value here, so 15, 21, oh my god, I need a calculator for this, but I can't read chat if I'm using my phone. You know what? What do I even do? I guess I could just do mental maths, but I just can't be bothered to think. Okay, let's just do mental maths. So what? 12.8, 13.6, so that's 28.6, 26.6, 25.8. Yeah, so in fact, actually, had I stopped the event as soon as this game, like 4 games in, right? I've got my 25 points. I would have finished this on 25.8. So in the end, okay, it didn't make much difference, but ultimately I would have had a plus 0.4 difference compared to had I played on, right? So July 2021 is I'll put plus 0.4 difference. Okay, and let's move to the next one. So I realize this is going to be very boring for a lot of you out there, but I want to know. And if I don't find out now, then I'm not going to be able to do the rest of my day. So that's why I want to find out. Yeah, Safsara is definitely not 18. Okay, maybe it works for you, Safsara, but I'm literally saying that, like, my online chess, like, my results have got so much better when applying these kind of damage control limits. And you say that, oh, you gain 50 ratings a day to get 2200 blitz. I've also seen you, like, lose 150 in a single day as well. So maybe, yeah, your 2200 blitz, maybe you could have been 2300 blitz had you had some self-restraint with these kind of rating damage control limits. So I don't think it's a load of rubbish. I don't see why we should look at the past. Well, if you don't analyze the past, you don't learn for the future, right? Like if you don't know how these things work, then how are you going to be able to apply them in the future? So yeah, this is the same as why we analyze games and we learn from this, right? Are you back in Narrowland? No, I'm still in Serbia, enjoying my time. But yeah, I want to find this out. I always play in gain and back. Well, I mean, maybe you wouldn't have to gain it back, right? Like, let's say you lost 150 points and you gain 150 points. Imagine if you only lost 25 points and then you gained 150 points. Big difference, right? So yeah, I don't think it's a load of rubbish. And yeah, I want to understand this for my own curiosity. So yeah, this game. Okay, so we had 16.8. I mean, if you find it boring, then you don't have to watch as well. Like, ultimately, like, I need to know this answer. So it's 16.8, then this is 12.8, and this is 22.8, 26.8, 27.6. So at this moment, I would already stop, right? Round 4. So that's 27.6, which is actually less than what I finished on, right? I would have stopped prematurely. So 27.6, this would be 2.4, 12, minus 12.4. So at this month, minus 12.4 to my overall rating. Okay, so yeah, for this Bruges Masters, I ended up scoring higher than plus 40, and yeah, stopping would have actually hindered that progress. Okay, so let's see the next one. Okay, you're not finding it boring. That's good to hear. And this one, yeah, this whole Congress actually, I mean, okay, I actually won two, I got 2 out of 5, but my 2 wins were against underrated opponents. So I basically just got 0 out of 3 on record, and I got minus 23. So this isn't up to 25, so this isn't affected. Let's see the next one. This one as well, 0, minus 3. Okay, so this is also just minus 10, and this isn't affected as well. Okay. This tournament, okay, just 2 games, no plus minus 25. And this event here, I gained 32, right? So let's find out, like, had I stopped early, what would have happened? So this is 11.6, 3.6, 3, 2.6, I think. But then 14.8, 10.8, 23.8, and then 33, 36.8. So I would have got 36.8 had I stopped as soon as I crossed the 25. So that actually saved me 4.8 rating. Okay, so let's add 4.8. What month was this? This was August 2022. So I had a long break from chess, right? August 2022, and this would be plus 4.8. Okay, welcome Arrow to the stream. Okay, but the thing is as well, you can't avoid underrated kids, like really. I mean, like I played this tournament yesterday, and like I played some, like, you know, 23 plus players and also some 1700 Turkish juniors, right? So you get a mix, and it's really tough to just restrict yourself in that way. I mean, you could, that's probably the best way to gain rating, but yeah. Do you know why I said Narrowland? What? Because England is narrow. That's basically... I mean, I didn't think it was anything deeper than that. But yeah, let's have a look. So plus 4.8. And what I'm trying to say is that basically, for me, I feel like that gaining plus 25 is almost like a threshold to the point where, you know, you've been on such good form. It's hard to maintain that form. Like you've had some really good games, you've had some really good results, and that takes, like, I don't know, like energy out of you, right? So, and same with like getting minus 25, like it's really easy to just go on full tilt, right? So I don't think, like, you know, this kind of like psychological aspect is limited to just online chess. And the fact that it's worked so well for online chess, I really have this feeling that it's going to work for over the board as well. So for instance, this one, okay, this was my whole Congress where I scored 0.5 out of 5, which was terrible. And I dropped to whopping minus 50 from this event, right? So, okay, let's imagine if I damage controlled this, right? So minus 8.4, minus 19.2, minus 20.2, minus 20.8. And then at this point, I get hit by this. So basically, I saved this final round. Like if I withdrew at this point and I was like, okay, I've lost more than 25, I have to stop. Then I saved 15.2 on my rating, right? So let's add this. Am I making sense to you guys? Like, I hope you guys understand exactly what I'm trying to investigate, right? I'm not just like... Okay. So my rating would be 15.2. Higher? Okay. So let's keep going. Oh, eng is narrow in German. Okay, so then England is Narrowland. Okay, fair enough. Right, so that's when I hit that minus 50. Okay, let's check the next one. And let's see this Birmingham Rapid. So, yeah, this one's not going to be affected, right? Nowhere near plus 25 or minus 25. And then this February 2023, let's have a look. Okay, so this one, yeah, minus 6. And then I hit 25 at this moment, so no difference. This one, yeah, no difference. And this one, I got minus 3, minus 7, so minus 10.6, minus 16.6, minus 4. Wait, minus 4, plus 5.8, plus 11, plus 6.6, and then, yeah, minus 0.4. So yeah, no difference there for plus 25, minus 25. That was just plus 39 months, right? Yeah. Okay. And then in May 2023, I got this big minus 70. So actually, yeah, this Bristol Congress, here you can see that I already got this minus 30 points from these first two games. And had I stopped here, I say 12.2, right? So I avoid this tilt of 12.2. So this is May 2023. I get 12.2 by cutting my losses, right? So this is plus 12.2. Like I really think that this like tilt and also like being able to keep performing at such a high rating, it does get affected. Plus, it's not practical withdraw from OTB. In what sense? What sense is it not practical? I mean, you withdraw from OTB and then you go like, I don't know, enjoy the sights. Like it's not crazy. It's not crazy. Or for instance, like yesterday's blitz, right? When I'm on like plus 30, like I can withdraw and then have an early night or just like, and this is the thing, of course. Okay, one thing I should clarify, for sure, if I don't play these extra games, I am missing out on potential lessons to be learned, right? Like I don't deny that. At the same time, you could say that after my whole tournament in 2021, I quit chess for like, over 6 months, right? Did that do my chess any favors? No, absolutely not, right? So it depends. Like, sure, you can say like you should play every game. That may, like, then you can also argue that, okay, you should never accept a draw in chess and you should never offer a draw in chess, even if it's good for your result. I also disagree with this. You could also say that, okay, you want to gain even more experience. Okay, let's actually just, start playing chess every single weekend and give up everything else in life. Like you can go to extreme lengths to justify getting more experience, right? But at the end of the day, it depends what kind of player you are. If you care about like actually winning, then these kind of factors are important, right? So I kind of disagree with this premise, or at least I understand the argument, but it really is kind of a spectrum where you put yourself on, right? And I think I'm at the high end where I want to win. I want to win. Like this is my point. So okay, I say 12.2 here, and then in this Menorca, I get -1, -7. Oh, is that already? No, that's not. Okay, let me do the math. So 21, 21.8, 22 minus 22.8, and then this would be minus 26.8. That crosses the threshold. I would have to withdraw. And minus 26.8, so I save one rating point here. One rating point here. So this is, again, this is one rating point. So I'll add this to the May 2023. So we'll make that 13.2. Okay. And let's go back. So then here, we have this +6. Let's see what ended up happening here. So yeah, 7, 3, Okay, that's not going to be plus or minus 25. And then let's see this one. So this is -6, 11.8, and then -0.4, plus 1.6, plus 15.8, plus 12, plus 16.8. Yeah, so I finished close to this 25, and okay, that's fine. And then this one, 6.8, 4.8, minus 0.8, 12.6, 17. Yeah, and then I go on this tilt, right? So I got to 17, I didn't quite get to 25. So if I get to 25, then I stop. So unfortunately, this isn't affected. But yeah, this is almost very similar to this kind of like damage control, right? Like I have like a good run, and then I finish on like a tilt. So maybe if I had in my head that okay, get that 25, and then I can stop. Maybe that would have helped potentially. But okay, so no differences there. Oh, this was that plus 24 month. Let's check this out. you can't manipulate your rating with the Kajus Rule. It will always return to your true strength. I disagree. I mean, like, what does true strength mean? I mean, FIDE rating is basically a result of your over-the-board results. It's not a reflection of your chess strength, right? It's subtle difference, but it's a difference. So what we're looking at here is how you can actually manage your over-the-board results potentially better. It's just a hypothesis, right? Like I haven't, checked to see does my rating go up or down as a result of this, but it's going to be very interesting, right? Because the sample size is fairly large now. I've also seen that this Kajus Rule works in my online chess, so it's really interesting to see how this damage control works in over the board. And I don't think it's completely unusual as well. Like there are some top players who I know who also kind of apply these own damage control limits in their own chess. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Okay, so let's have a look at this major open. So minus 15.6, 19, so that's 20.2. Then that's minus 15, minus 18.4. Aha, minus 18.4. Did I add that all up right? Wait, so 19.6, 20.2, yeah, 15, 18.4, so that would be 28.4, 31.4, 32. So this one actually I would get minus 32. I would need to stop here after this loss. And as a result of getting minus 32, then that's a difference of 16, difference of 6, 7.8, right? Am I doing that correct? That's 7.8. So my rating would be minus 7.8 lower than it is now. So this was set to 23. 23 minus 7.8. Okay, so let's have a look. The next one. So yeah, in this was an instance where actually not doing the damage control worked out, right? I gained a bit more, right? So, okay, let's have a look at the next one. So this one, no difference. Wait, how did I finish on minus 4 here? Oh, these are both minuses. Okay, these are both minuses. I thought it was like minus 8 plus 8, and then somehow I was... Okay, so... Yeah, I lost 16.4, but then I gained some back, and okay. I didn't get to minus 25. And then this one, okay, it was just all positives, didn't get to 25, so that's all normal. And then the final one in July 2024. So you have minus 0.6 to start, losing to Rohan. And then made some gains, minus, plus, plus. Okay, and then we finish on 14.8. Okay, so from classical games, since June 2021, I've had a look at all of my results, and I've applied the basic Kajus Rule. So just, if you get plus 25, you stop and you accept your winnings. If you get minus 25, you stop and you cut your losses, right? So this is for changes to classical since June 2021, getting serious about chess. So what is the final result? So current rating as a result is 1976. And had I applied Kajus Rule? Kajus Rule applied. And of course this is slightly inaccurate in the sense that because if Kajus Rule was applied, like, let's say in July or August, then that would also affect my rating then, which would then affect my rating in future months. So this is still like a rough guide, but still it shouldn't be affected by that much, right? Like, these differences are still legit. So, yeah, Rohan is cool. Like, we had a nice discussion afterwards. Elo is like gambling without the money, but the same emotional stress. Oh, that's an interesting one. I feel like, Jamie, that it's slightly different in the sense that I wouldn't say Elo is like gambling. I'd say like Elo is maybe like money. That's the analogy I would say. Like, you don't have to gamble your Elo necessarily, right? It's like, you know, money is a figure that can go up and down. You can be very careful with your money. You can be very careful with your Elo, right? Like, sure, getting fixated about money and getting fixated about elo is probably a similar thing, right? So, but ultimately, money is important, and to me, elo is important, right? So I don't think it's complete. Like, you know, some purists might say, oh, you know, just play the game for enjoyment, play the game for interesting chess, and okay, it's all well and good to say that, but, and I mean, respect to you if you can legitimately feel that way. But ultimately, for a lot of people, there is some kind of feeling that, yeah, elo is something that kind of is something you want to work on. It kind of reflects your strength in some ways, and it's nice. It's nice to, you know, be able to finesse it. So let's find out. Let's find out, like, would I have a high rating or low rating with applying this damage control? I'll put, how would the Kajus damage control rule affect over the board chess, right? So okay. So plus 0.4, minus 12, so we're on minus 12, and then we're on minus 7.6. Oh god, it's so hard for my maths. So that's 8.2 plus 7.6, and then plus 20.8. And then we finish on minus 7.8, so that's plus 13. So plus 13 would then bring me, with Kajus Rule applied, 19, 80, wait, no, that's plus 13 to 76 is 86, 89, right? So the question is, damage control for classical games led to a plus 13 difference in rating. The question is, does plus 13 count for more than the lessons learned from the Axis chess? Okay, very interesting, right? This is what it comes down to, right? How important is this plus 13? Also, is this plus 13 even statistically significant, right? From the games. Now, I'm not going to run any statistical analysis. It's been way too long since I've done that. So yeah, maybe if someone in chat would want to try and work out how, like, you know, the standard deviation of, you know, this sample and like these results. But yeah, I still think this question is very interesting, and it's very interesting to see these results, right? So okay, as much as I am sure you guys are like bored out of your mind of this, I also kind of want to see maybe changes in Rapid or Blitz, right? Because Rapid or Blitz, I feel like it's even easier to tilt and even easier to, I don't know, like find it difficult to manage the, I don't know, expectations of being on a plus 25, like being on a roll. Like, I don't know, I'm really curious. So let's see how Rapid changes to Rapid since June 2021. Okay, so let's go one more time. Like, I really want to understand this, and these should be faster because I don't have as many tournaments, right, of Rapid and Blitz. So let's have a very quick look. Okay, Memento Mori reckons the answer is no. I'm not so sure. Like, maybe for classical, there's even more learning to be had, so maybe this is more important. But what about for Rapid? What about for Blitz? So here, you have minus 3, plus 3.6. Okay, if anything, this is at least good for my mental maths, right? So, 3.6, negative 5.2, 9.4. Okay, so this isn't affected, right? And then for this plus 4.6. Okay, I'm about to run out of charge on my laptop. 1 second. Okay, I think I just got there in time. Right, so, okay, let me get up chat again. Right. Okay, so where were we? So let's take a look at this month. So minus 3 plus 3, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. Okay, nothing significant. And then this whooping minus 78. Okay, so let's see this. I'm sure there's some damage control that could have been had here in Parachin. So minus 2, minus 10, 10.4. And then minus 27.2. So already at this point, from these first 3 results, I can already say, damn, like I've already lost. Wait, did I add that all up correct? Right, minus 10.4. 27.6, right? So 27.6. So I could have saved. What's 78.4 minus 27.6? So that's what? 52.4, 51.8. Okay, 51.8 saved in my rapid rating, right? 51.8. So let's have a look. So this is August 2023. Minus 51.8. Okay, this is the difference in my rapid rating. Had I stopped at this damage control, right? Okay, so and you know, honestly, like how much did I learn from these extra games? I mean, Gabriel Mitza, like I literally had such an unpleasant interaction with this guy. If any of you know Gabriel Mitza, just literally stay away from this guy. He's like some raging 50-year-old racist who's just an absolute cancerous human being. Absolute bully as well, just horrible person. So yeah, this was an absolutely horrific game, and terrible person. So yeah, what did I gain from that, right? So okay, that was 50 points. Let's have a look at this British rapid play. So we got +2. Okay. So we're getting pretty low here. So how low is this? So this is +0.8, -4, -18.6, -14, -13.8. And then -25.8. So actually here, I would have had to stop at this moment after losing to Aga. And that would be -25.8. So I would lose 2 rating points compared to like what my rating is. So this is April 2024. So let's have a look. This is... oh, you know what I've just realized, which is really annoying? I forgot to factor in the added rating by FIDE. You remember when like FIDE added some rating. So actually, how much that needs to be factored in as well. So actually, this is more than just +13. Right, this is more than +13. Like FIDE gave everyone some added rating. How much did I gain for this? Everything that makes you play less chess is harmful for your chess. Interesting, right? So maybe you can have this argument that, yeah, sure, playing every weekend would give you more chess experience, which is ultimately good. Interesting, loop learner. The thing is, though, I wonder if you can get experience in chess in ways that doesn't necessarily harm your elo, right? Like, why does playing have to be the only return? But I do appreciate what you're saying. But the thing is, I don't know, like, I feel like damage control is really important. I'm trying to think if there's any good analogies to compare this to, let's say, like, withdrawing in something else is like a better thing to do. But yeah, it's a good point. Maybe that's just ultimately what it is. Like, everything that makes you play less chess is harmful for your chess. But But I think that there needs to be still some level of damage control. Like maybe if you can argue like minus 25 or plus 25 is not worth it. But for instance, like dropping an extra 50 points because I'm clearly tilted, like what does that really do for my chess? I mean, in general terms, yes, the more you play, the better. But I feel like there are limits. Like there are certain scenarios where, you know, playing more is not necessarily going to improve your chess. If you're a professional, you need damage control maybe, right? Like then ELO counts for more. But even if you're not professional, it ultimately depends on how much like ELO matters for you, and also your kind of like yeah, like how much does ELO like impacts your feeling of improvement, right? I don't know. And I feel also being able to mitigate tilt and being able to make use of stop loss, I think this is also important. Like, yes, it's outside of chess, but it's still important. It's almost like, let's say, like, I don't know, this is kind of like some abstract results kind of influencer that is not connected with chess. But you could say the same with, let's say, I don't know, being better with time management on a game. Like time management, you could say like, you know, this is an external part of a game. It's like a clock, but this ultimately affects the result. Could we make this argument that it's disconnected? But I guess, yeah, I mean, like maybe the stop loss is more connected with ELO, whereas the clock is more like connected with the actual result of the game, which maybe is a slightly different thing. So maybe it's not a good enough analogy. Yeah. Tough to say. What hurts more to lose, ELO or money? Oh, definitely ELO. Oh, actually, oh god, no. When you lose money for bullshit reasons, that definitely hurts a lot. Like someone scams you, that's a really, really annoying feeling. I don't know. They both hurt, man. They both hurt. It's tough to say. Yeah, I mean, I used to know how to like do all these statistics, but it's been so long, like I've forgotten everything. Yeah, so actually I need to account for this random gain, right? Well, the random gain. This moment here, right? 1824 to 1894. So here to here, and here to here. So 1935 to 1961. So actually, without FIDE's gain, how many points was that? 5, 25, 26, right? Without 26, current rating with FIDE boost. Current rating is 26 lower, right? So 26 lower would be 1950 without FIDE boost. Kajus Rule apply. Oh wait, without FIDE boost it's just the same. Oh, actually, yeah. So this FIDE boost doesn't make a difference because it's affecting this overall rating or without it, right? I'm getting plus 13 in any case based on this. So the FIDE rating actually just doesn't affect it. So okay, I can dismiss this, right? It shouldn't make a difference. So okay, let's keep going with this rapid. Okay, so this minus 15. Right, yeah, I already accounted for this. Like, I would have had to stop early. And let's see this final rapid. So this is going to be a huge impact, right? So for this event, I was actually on a roll, and withdrawing would have meant I would have lost a lot of gains, right? So at what point would I have had to withdraw? So it'd be on plus 13, plus 24. Okay, let me add this correctly. 12, 13, 22, 31.4. So I'd have to stop at 31.4, so I'd miss out. If I had to withdraw at this moment, I'd miss out on how many? 8.2. So minus 8.2. Okay, so this is what month? July. Minus 8.2. Okay, interesting. And then finally, oh, this is the same one, right? So that's everything. That's everything. So from this, what we can see is that with Kajus, okay, my current rating. Okay, so I can get rid of this. Current rating is 1917. With Kajus Rule applied, what I'd have, so that's minus 10.2, 41.8, 41.6. So 41.6 higher is 63, 1963.6. I'm pretty sure that would be my 41.6, right? 51. Wait, what am I doing? I literally can't do maths. 41.6, 51, 58.6. What am I doing? 58. Yeah, so a huge difference, right? So very interesting again. Now one thing I'm just observing, just from doing this, I feel like actually the damage control at stopping at minus 25 might be better than cutting off at the high end. But okay, actually, okay, let's actually add the final recent rapid, right, that I played. So chess results Serbia Open. Let's add this as well. So let's have a look, just in case my rapid would have been affected as well. So let's find out. Yeah, so here, minus 3 plus 1. Okay, yeah. So this plus 33.2. It's lucky that this ended on plus 33.2, right? So this doesn't make a difference. So actually, given this addition, let's add this to the total. So 33.2 would make my current rating 40, right? Yeah, this would be 1940, and 33.2 to this would be 90.6 or 90.8, right? 58, 88, yeah, right? That's 90.8. Okay, right. So this is the difference to rapid. Okay, and then finally, okay, to blitz, right? Since June 2021. Alright, let's have this look. Okay, so right, let's have a look. So this blitz from June 2021. Oh, wow, a minus 51.2 in this. Okay, so at what point did things go horribly wrong, and where could the damage have been mitigated? So 17.4, 15.2, 12.2, 11.4, and then this is a big minus, 11.4, minus 8.4, minus 5.2. Aha, and then this is going to be a big one. So 24.8. So almost need to stop. 24.8, and then minus 21.2, and then this would be stopped. So 21.2, 31.2, 37.2, 37.4, 37.4. I'd have to stop here, and therefore I would save 37.4, 10, 14, 13.8. I think that's 13.8. Yeah. So this is August 2021. 13.8. No, I gain 13.8. Okay, so then let's have a look at this one. This was -2. Oh wow, we played a lot here. So this is 7, 4.8. Oh, okay. My brain is hurting. This shouldn't affect it. I think basically I end on -25 just because of this final result against Nico. And then this 15 -4 is 11.6. Oh my god, I'm getting so slow. 11.6, and then 24.6, 17.6, 21.6. Yeah, and then actually I finished just above 27.6, so I don't think that is affected either. How are you going to know when you've gained 25 elo? Very good question. So the thing is, with most of these events, if they're published on chess results, I believe the results are live, are they not? Like when you see when you're playing, right? Like halfway through the event. Like, let's just click a random player. I'm pretty sure you get this K rating, no? Or is it not published live? Maybe this KK rating thing is like what comes at the very end of everything, but I have a feeling that does it not show as you go? Like how your rating changes. I feel like it does. But okay, it's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, maybe you just have to like judge it roughly. Do the numbers in your head? I don't know. And maybe this would then affect you, right? Like if you're trying to like juggle in your head. So maybe these factors need to be considered as well. It's definitely a good point. But let's first get the data. Let's get the data, and then we can do a proper conclusion at the end, right? So okay, this again, from a quick glance, yeah, it doesn't look like I'm getting anywhere unless I hit -25. Unless I hit -25 at this moment. Oh, at this moment we almost definitely do, right? Because we got 12 at the end. Oh, I just get to -25. Ouch. So on this, -8 at this point, if I were to withdraw, like in this event, I can't withdraw, right? I'm playing the same player twice. But if I could, based on this statistic, this would be exactly -25. So I would lose out on 12 points as a result of this. If we're doing this properly, then we need to count this, right? So March 2022, I actually lose 12 points as a result of the damage control. Okay. And then let's have a look at July. Hendon Blitz, nothing affected. And we got +25 here, so maybe I would have had to stop at some point. So what? Let's go again. So +0.8, 50.8, 16.2, 13, 9.6, and then we get 24.8, and then 34.8, 36.8, 37.4, right? So we get 37.4, and as a result of having to stop here on a high, we lose out on 8 points again. Okay, so we have another bad result from this. September 2022. -0.8. Okay, so that's not towards the hypothesis. So then we have May 2023, where we have this result. Yeah, it looks like nothing much is changing from this. Okay, and then this. Okay, we have a huge number. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be long. But okay, let's find out. So small increments. This. And the thing is, the reason why these are such small increments is because my K factor got lowered. Yeah, I played Stanley. I drew Stanley in a rapid, so that was cool. But yeah, the small increments, because I played so many Blitz tournaments this month, I actually, like the K factor got lowered. So that didn't get affected. What about this one? So this is -0.9, 15, 17. This is almost like a point where I should stop already, but Yeah, like if this was K20, this would already be stopping already, right? But okay, I can't be bothered to like translate these results into K20 and then work out. Actually, no, it should be pretty easy, right? You just double everything, right? You just double everything because okay, K11 that's close enough to K10, and you just double everything. So this is effectively minus 42, right? So what? This is minus 1.2, minus 20, and then yeah, this is already stopping, right? So what would this be? This is like almost minus 10. This is minus 20, and this is minus 1. So this is already like minus 31. This is minus 42. So I've gained about like plus 10 from this, right? If I stop there, if I realize that this tournament's going really bad, I need to stop. So this is what? August 2023. Aug 2023. So this is plus 10 so far. And then this one, okay, so it's minus 2, minus 6, minus 10, minus 16. Yeah, I would have to stop at this moment, I'm pretty sure. Which means I would lose gains of like 6, let's go with 9. So, I'd lose gains of 9. So, okay, this is evening out. Interesting. So that plus 10, minus 9. Okay, this one was a big one. I gained like a whopping 90 points if this is K20. So let's have a look at this. So yeah, this. Yeah, and would I have to stop at this moment already? So this is 16. This is 18. So what? That's 28, 34. But at this point, I was already on 34, 31, 33. Yeah, I think I'd still have to stop here. Which would be quite a big difference because I actually went on to go on quite a roll in this event, right? So, what, 16, 20, 34, 31, 33... 32. Oh, this is a huge difference. In results if I stopped here. 32 is 90. So this is like almost like 63 points difference, right? So this is a huge loss of my potential rating that I would have gained, right? Like this event went really, really well after this 25. And this one, okay, small increments, I'm pretty sure. This is minus 27, minus 17. So probably I can stop early here, right? So probably 8. Yeah. So basically, I cut out on this final result. This minus 8. So this is plus 16.5, right? Plus 16.5. So actually, as a result of all of this, I basically get 1. Plus 1, 17, but then minus 53, 46, 45.5. I think I get minus 45.5 as a result of being damage control, right? From this. Okay, so that's very, very interesting. So I missed out on one of my best events, and that obviously negatively impacts the result, right? So then we have this minus 43. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. I realize this has been like a much longer stream than I thought. I just joined the stream, but why do you want to manipulate ratings? Surely no game you play stunts your improvement in chess. Okay, very good question, Dan, and welcome to the stream. So, what I wanted to answer for myself, basically, I played a Blitz tournament yesterday, and this is what ended up happening, right? This is what ended up happening. So I played a Blitz tournament yesterday, and this is how it went. So I went off to a flying start. I was on 2.5 out of 3. I ended up beating a guy who literally didn't lose a single game in the whole event, basically just crushing GMs and IMs, and I was the only one to take a point of him, right? So I was feeling very hot. But, okay, then I went on a couple losses, then I won a game, and at this moment I was, like, on plus 30, right? And then, as a result, like, in the end, I ended up having a poor finish to my tournament, and I basically cancelled all of the good work at the start. So, okay, I realize I'm not answering your question, I will come to it. But that's what kind of started this stream. I basically wanted to find out, like, okay, is there such thing as damage control in over-the-board chess? Because it's definitely worked for online, right? Like in terms of like getting to 2500 online, and let's say this blitz journey that I had, for sure, if I was trying to do this without any kind of form of damage control, I would never have made it to 2500, because as you can see, like I would gain like some points, but also when I'd be on a losing streak, I wouldn't be losing ever more than 25 points. So what I wanted to do was set myself a hypothesis. Had I applied the Kajus damage control rule, which I talk about in this like how I reached 2500 video, which to summarize again is if you get plus 25 you stop, if you get minus 25 you stop, right? So if you apply this damage control to over the board chess, how would my ratings actually be different? Would there be a difference at all? Maybe there wouldn't even be a difference, right? Because, you know, there are times where, let's say I gain plus 60 in an event, right? And I miss out on that plus 60 by stopping at 25. So I just want to see, firstly, from that scientific point of view, is there a difference? And if there is a difference, then we can draw conclusions. Now, yeah, you've made a very good point that, you know, no game you play stunts your improvement in chess. Now, this is true. And I would say that every game, you're right, ultimately does improve your chess even by a fractional amount. But my question then is that improvement always worth the elo, right? Let's say if you could say that, you know, you have a classical rating of 2100 and you lose to a 1200, right? You lose to a 1200 Armenian junior who is performing at 2300 and you lose to him and you get a huge minus on your rating. You learned a lot from that game because you ultimately lost that game and it was a learning process. But is that loss really worth, I don't know, the minus 20 points or minus whatever points, right? And I feel like there is a line where it can be drawn, where actually the rating loss from a result is not worth the improvement you gained. Right? I mean, if rating didn't matter like this, then we should all go to Turkey and play in these events where even players like us, Dan, like our kind of rating, can get paid to play, almost like maybe 100, 200 euros per tournament, basically to get farmed, playing like 15, 1600 Turkish juniors who are performing much, much higher, like, you know, like 2200, and you lose a bunch of rating. So actually there's a player I know who was 2100, he dropped all the way down to 1800, but got paid a bunch for doing this. And okay, he also learned a bunch, right? You're obviously going to learn from these games. Like these Turkish juniors, like 1600, 1700, being coached by like GMs and prepped by GMs. So they're going to give you really good games. Ultimately, you've learned a lot. Is it worth dropping 300 points just for this? I don't know, you tell me. So I think there is a line. And ultimately, when we play chess, we need to know, like, what are we playing chess for? Are we playing just to improve? Or are we trying to maximize our potential? And I think with, like, the fact that over-the-board tournaments are linked to rating, okay, if there's no rating involved, right? Over the tournaments, you just play and it's unrated and you just play. Then, of course, then none of this damage control stuff matters. But when you actually are playing with the objective of trying to reach a higher point, right? Maybe you want to reach a title someday. Then I think these damage control limits, if it makes a big difference, might actually be worth implementing. And my question for this stream is basically, is it a big difference or not? That's ultimately just what I want to see, right? So okay, we're almost done with this. Let's just keep going. So okay, what does Dan say? I'd say if the elo loss is worth it in the long run, because eventually your elo will reflect your actual ability. But what does that mean? Your elo will reflect your actual ability. Because ultimately, it doesn't reflect your actual ability if you're able to manipulate your elo gain or elo loss based on these factors like damage control. You could also say, okay, I'm going to enter some easier tournaments where there are a bunch of old men who have retired and they're not really caring about like chess improvement as much and they're just playing for fun. That would also not reflect your rating, right? So I don't think your elo really reflects your actual rating. I think there's a lot of factors that can come into it, and yeah, I feel like it really depends on like how much the elo matters. Yeah. Why is it so hard to grind 2200 rapid elos? I have no idea. Like, million factors to consider. But yeah, honestly, like this is the thing, right? Like my online chess, like I reached 2500 rapid, which was not easy, and 2500 blitz, which was not easy. And did this reflect my actual chess strength? Perhaps not. But can anyone take away that 2500 from me? Absolutely not, because I absolutely understood my psychology, understood my ability to play, understood all of these 10 factors that led to me being able to reach 2500 completely fairly. Like, you know, like music, right? Listening to music as you play. Like, this has nothing to do with actual chess, but this affects your ability to play. So maybe that's slightly different, right? That's affecting your ability to play as opposed to just, you know, damage controlling. But ultimately, damage control does affect your ability to play, right? So it's really interesting. It's really, at least I find it interesting. I find it interesting. So I really want to see this. So would I have had to have stopped at some point? And you can see, right? Did I even get to plus 25 in this open blitz? So what? Minus 6, minus 2.6, plus 0.8, plus 4, minus 6.2, minus 1.2, and then we start to tilt. Yeah, minus 1.2, minus 8.4, minus 3.4, minus 11.8, minus 20, right? Minus 20, and then here. So we saved the last result. We can already stop here. We've already reached that level of tilt. And we stop here. Even though actually this is a wrong result. I never played Damien McCarthy, so it's bullshit, but yeah, whatever. I'm not going to call up FIDE and organizers to change all this for one blitz result, right? But anyway, minus 12. So so I would save plus 12 from this. Okay, so let's input this result. So what, November 2023 plus 12? Plus 12. Okay, we're almost there, And then this, this Offerspiel, what I had, plus 15.8, 11.4. Wait, is this already 25? Maybe this is already 25, right? 24, 28, 25, 24. I can't do math. 25.8. 26.4, no, this is 22, and then 17.8, I think, 22.8. Okay, so actually I never reach that, so that's unaffected, right? And then finally the blitz I had yesterday, right? The blitz I had yesterday. So what ended up happening in the blitz yesterday? So I had, oh wow, so I'd even have to stop already at this moment, right? I'd already have to stop at this moment. So it's 25.8. 25.8 I'd have to stop, but as a result, 25.8 I would gain 23.8, 23.4. I'd gain 23.4. So really, really interesting. Okay, so let's conclude. Let's conclude. So July 2024 is 23. What was it? 23.2? Was that what I said? I don't even remember. 25.8, 23.4, right? Okay, plus 2.4, doesn't matter. Whatever. So, okay, current rating, as a result, I believe is 1950, right? Because I gained plus 2 from this event, so I had 1950, right? 1950. Okay, and Kajus Rule applied. This is going to be really interesting. I don't know if it's higher or lower. Let's see. So, 13.8 plus 1.8 minus 5. Well, I can't do maths. 1.8. Why can't I do this in my head? 6.2 minus 6.2, right? Minus 6.2. And then I get a big minus. Minus 6.2. Minus 51.7. Minus 51.7. And then minus 51.7 minus 39.7 and then minus Oh, why can't I do this in my head? 17. Wait, what? 37? Okay, it was something like minus 37, right? So minus 37, and it was like now minus 17, minus 14, maybe like minus 13.5, right? So minus 13.5 means I'm actually dropping to 19, 30. Oh, I'm actually so stunted at maths. It's unbelievable. Right? Something like this, right? So interesting, right? Interesting, guys. That you've got my classical results would have gained, my rapid results would have gained as well, significantly, and my blitz actually would have dipped. And it's very interesting to see because in rapid, I had one very, very bad tournament where I lost like 70 points. In blitz, I had one very, very good tournament where I gained 90 points, right? So these big outliers then get like hit by the damage control. But here we can see if there's one example where the damage control actually limited my progress and one where the damage control actually saved my loss, right? So what to conclude? What to conclude from this? Well, first of all, there's no doubt that in general, the more games you play, the greater the improvement, right? Because there will be things you can learn from losses, things you can learn from wins, you know, that'll be useful. So, okay, that's the first thing to note. In general, playing more games will lead to greater chess improvement. However, there should be a balance of when rating loss outweighs improvement gained. For instance, you can enter Turkish tournaments, gain a lot of knowledge, lose 200 rating. Is it worth it, right? So this is still a factor. But yeah, from these results, okay, let me write this down. From these results, classical plus rapid was improved. Blitz was worsened. Worsened damage control obviously limits great losses, but clearly also great wins. Plus 90 in splits and minus 70 in rapid, right? So I had these two big outliers, right? So yeah, interesting, right? Very, 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 very interesting. I missed the woodpecking days. Tricky, they will come back. They will come back. But I mean, I needed to answer this myself, right? Because ultimately, I couldn't work this out without like actually running the numbers. And now I can appreciate that, okay, actually, despite on multiple occasions where I'm actually saving myself by cutting at 25, I also missed out on this really, really big peak. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. So yeah, like going into this, I really thought that probably my over the board results would improve as a result of this. But yeah, maybe ultimately at the end of the day, I have just as much potential to have a really fantastic tournament as I have with having a really negative tournament. I mean, to be honest, I need to also factor in the emotional impact of something to consider. I'll put emotional impact of these huge wins / huge loss tournaments. Is the huge win really beneficial for you as a player? Perhaps you get overconfident. And huge losses can be detrimental to motivation, right? Like, I'm the kind of guy that, you know, if you could Yeah, I'm the kind of guy that if you gave me two scenarios where you could say like, okay, Michael, you can flip a coin, either you win £25 or you lose £25, or we can flip a coin, you either win £2,500 or you lose £2,500. I'm gonna choose the former, right? I'm gonna choose the plus 25. I think I need to make this point as well. So, for instance, think about this. If you could flip a coin for plus minus £25, or flip a coin for plus minus £2,500, you would obviously choose the former. So, and maybe this does come back to what Jamie Chess was saying, right? About like the gambling aspect, like, but is different as well. Former. So perhaps the damage control is worth it for mental health reasons as well. So so to conclude, is it good to apply Kajus's damage control in OTB chess? So we've got a few negatives, right? Negative is less experience of games, thus slower improvement. I mean, and this is the thing as well. It's not like, it's like you get slower improvement, right? It's not like you get less improvement. There's a difference, right? Because if you're still going to be playing a lot, then you will get that improvement eventually. It just takes a longer time. It's like, if you play 20 games in a year versus 200 games in a year, like, this withdrawing aspect is kind of apart from that. Let's say, like, you're playing 20 games in a year and you don't withdraw. Or if you play 200 games in a year and you withdraw, like, maybe, like, 20 of... and you miss out on 20 of these games and you only play 180, right? That withdrawing aspect, you still have played more games. So it's slow improvement. It's not, like, less, I feel like. But yeah, the positives... and I'll put some equals as well. Arguable whether rating is actually improved. Damage control cuts losses, but also prevents huge pluses, huge wins. But probably mental health is good, right? Like huge swings affect you emotionally more. Therefore, better motivation, right? This could be a potential conclusion. And that's really what it comes down to. I think that's what it really comes down to. Like these are the kind of three factors. And I guess one negative as well is like withdrawing from a tournament could feel awkward, maybe, right? Like maybe there's like some stigma about it. Not that I really care about this kind of stuff, but it's potentially a slightly awkward aspect. But yeah, very interesting, very interesting. And for a plus, I can say ultimately, Kajus damage control has positively affected my online results, which has an even greater sample size, right? So yeah, this is a factor too. It's been an hour of maths. Yeah, exactly. Finally free to join the stream. Oh, Lucas, you've missed out on some really interesting stuff. At least I find it interesting, right? So my general hypothesis was this. So let me just summarize for everyone one final time since Lucas has joined the stream. So basically, I played in a Blitz event yesterday, and I went off to a flying start. I was on 2.5 out of 3. I managed to beat a guy who literally didn't lose a single game in the whole event, right? Like he was really strong, and I really played a great game, played a fantastic game. And yeah, I did really well. But then after round 6, or even you could say after round 3, I then had like a tilt, and I lost basically all of my progress from the start of the tournament. I basically finished on breaking even when I was actually on plus 30. So obviously I went to bed thinking like, oh man, like this sucked. Like, you know, I had such a great result, and then I had to lose a bunch, right? And then it basically crossed my mind, but okay, like in my online chess, I basically apply this Kai's damage control, right? Like this plus 25 you stop, minus 25 you stop. And I was thinking like, actually, you know, if I had applied this to my over-the-board chess, how would my rating be different today compared to had I not applied this control? So I went through all of my results. I calculated like the difference in my rating gains for every month if I had applied the damage control. Turns out that my classical would be slightly better. Turns out that my rapid would be a lot better, plus 50 points. Turns out my blitz would be slightly less. So, actually, to be honest, right? It's so hard to draw like a conclusive conclusion about the actual rating game. But I feel like there is more chance that you'll have a big tilt than a big gain. That's my feeling. At least for me, like it really feels that way. But ultimately, yeah, it is arguable whether the rating actually is improved. But for sure, the negatives, right, you get less experience of games, so slower improvement. And also withdrawing from a tournament is kind of frowned upon. But then I think like having fewer huge swings is definitely more emotionally handleable and better motivation overall. And yeah, it has worked for my online chess. So I think these are my conclusions. What about the aura you lose? Oh my god, aura you lose. Bro, I don't care. The aura I gain from being, let's say, a 2300 FM would like, overcome it. I mean, people would be like, oh yeah, you fake FM. I'd be like, screw you. I've got 2300 because I'm smart about how I'm playing the game. Like, you know, yeah, no, I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap, like, about this stuff. So, yeah, I think like, yeah, this is the conclusion. I have to think about this. Because I think, like, in some tournaments, yeah, you can't really withdraw, right? If you're playing a team tournament, or maybe you're playing, like, some local tournament where, you know, it's going to be an absolute embarrassment to withdraw. But, like, you know, if I'm playing, like, these Serbia blitzes, right? And I withdraw, literally no one's going to care. No one's going to care. And I might actually do myself favors. So I think it's really interesting. And you know what? Like, probably one day I want to play in these Serbia blitzes again, and I want to give it another shot and see if I can actually, you know, make some gains. Just study and improve. I mean, that's easier said than done, right? Like, how much studying have I done? I've studied so much, and then yet, like, okay, I play this blitz event, and I gained +2 instead of +30. And had I applied this Kajus Rule, then I would have gained +30, right? So yeah, studying. Okay, I mean, yeah, like I can just try and play better, but also there's fatigue. There's like all of these factors like that affect your chess. It's just not as easy as people just say, like, you know, don't think about these things because you don't need to. I mean, I think the strong players do think about this stuff, and I'm basically just, you know, following this journey of like kind of making these conclusions and trying to delve into it, right? Kajus doesn't follow it himself. He had a massive tilt online over the board. You're right. Kajus doesn't always follow it, but in his peak, like, I think he was. And I think he does when he cares about it, right? Like, when he's not really caring, then he can have these huge tilts and whatever. And same with me. When I'm not caring about online, I also have these huge tilts. Like, on my alt account, I'm, like, tilting and gaining, like, huge swings because I just don't care, right? But for things you care about, so for instance, Kajus' 2800 bullet. Do you think Kajus would be 2800 bullet if he didn't follow the Kajus Rule? No. So, I mean, like, you with things you care about, then you want to, like, you know, consider these factors more and more. I can't believe I missed the stream you talked about Hong Kong politics. Did you rewatch all of it? That was a great stream. That was a great stream about politics. Yeah. But yeah, hope you found that interesting, Lucas. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go prepare a lesson. I'm gonna go shower. I'm gonna go sort out my life. And yeah, on that note, guys, really interesting research here. Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna withdraw from this Blitz tournament this evening if I get a really big gain. I mean, if I get like +50 and I make 2000 Blitz, like I'm withdrawing. Like, screw the last 2 rounds and playing for prize money. So we'll see if I win like the first 5 games in a row. Yeah, maybe I'll call it a day. But yeah, very interesting results. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, even though it was a boring math lesson, which I'm sure you guys have enough of at school. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day. And thank you guys for tuning in. Adios.